Beautiful people. Today I'm going to be talking about Japanese culture and myths. It has some similarities to the Islamic myths, for example, folklore, where like the mischievous elves, and they have some mischievous spirits, but they are also protectors and can help people in need. So let's start with the trickster folks, kitsune, which are magical beings that have intelligence and often live long. As they age, they grow more tails. They can be up to 9 tails. They can shapeshift into human forms, like beautiful women often. They are sometimes mysterious tricksters, but they can also be protected. The 9-tailed fox, which is the older fox, is often linked to ultimate wisdom and power. And then there's tangled mountain spirits. They are part human, part bird, and often have red faces and long noses. Once feared as dangerous demons, they later became seen as guardians of the mountains and forests. And the samurai admired them as fierce warriors. And then there's a tale of the bamboo cutter, Japan's oldest fairy tale, which tells of Princess Kaguya, a radiant child found inside a glowing bamboo stalk. She later turns into a woman, so beautiful that noblemen and the emperor even proposed to her. She reveals that she is from the moon and must return, leaving her earthly parents heartbroken. And this is maybe related to the idea of aliens in Japanese pop culture, or gave the idea on that. Then there's yokai, monsters and spirits. Japan has hundreds of strange creatures in folklore, like kappa. They are water-dwelling turtle-like beings who love cucumbers, but might drag humans into rivers. So you have to be careful. It reminds me of mermaids, for example, they can do that. Roka could be a woman whose necks stretch at night while they sleep. So they get pretty long necks. Then there's Yuki Onna, the snow woman. She's beautiful but deadly and appears in blizzards to freeze travelers. And then next on the list there's samurai and bushido. The samurai weren't just warriors, they followed bushido, which is a way of the warrior, and emphasizes loyalty, honor, and self-discipline, which is really noble characteristics. Seppuku, ritual suicide, was considered a way to preserve honor if defeated. This sense of duty still influences Japanese cultures, which is interesting. Even from business etiquette to anime heroes. Then there's also Shinto and Kami, which is Japan's native spirituality, and Kami, which are spirits. They are believed to live in natural places, mountains, rivers, and trees. That's why Japan's shrines often blend seamlessly with nature. And Japanese people even clap twice to call spirits' attention before making a wish. It's a nice tradition. These myths also live on in anime, manga, and games like Kitsune and Princess Kaguya and Tengu. Then at the end of this video, I want to tell you a story about Urashima Taro and the Dragon Palace. Long ago, in a small seaside village, there lived a kind fisherman named Urashima Taro. One day, while walking along the beach, he saw a group of children tormenting a small turtle. Taro rushed over, scolding the children and gently rescuing the creature. He carried it back to the ocean and released it into the waves. The next day, as Taro was out fishing, a great turtle swam up beside his boat. To his astonishment, the turtle spoke. Urashima Taro, I am a messenger of the Dragon King of the Sea. The turtle you saved was my master's daughter, Princess Otoshihime. She wishes to thank you personally. Please ride on my back, and I shall take you to the Dragon Palace beneath the waves. Curious and honored, Taro climbed onto the turtle's back. They drove into the deep blue sea, past schools of shimmering fish and coral forests glowing with colors he had never imagined. At last they arrived at the magnificent Rikuyo, the dragon's palace. It was a castle of pearls and crystal, where the floor sparkled like jewels and sea creatures danced in harmony. There Taro was welcomed by Princess Otohana, the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She bowed and said, Brave fisherman, thank you for saving me. Please stay in my palace as our guest. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Taro feasted on wondrous foods, served on golden trays, listened to music played by fish and crabs, and spent blissful days with Otohime, who treated him with warmth and love. But after what seemed like only a short while, Taro remembered his family back on the shore. He grew homesick and told the princess he must return. Otohime was saddened but gave him a parting gift, a beautiful decorated tame tobacco, which is a jewel box. This box will protect you, but promise me never open it, no matter what happens. Taro agreed, thanked her, and rode the turtle back to the surface. But when he reached the shore, everything was different. His home was gone. His villages changed. Strangers lived there where his family once had. Confused, he asked the people what had happened. They told him that over 300 years had passed since a fisherman named Urashima Taro had vanished into the sea. Shocked and heartbroken, Taro remembered the box. Perhaps it held a way to return to Otohime, or to regain his lost time. Despite her warning, he opened it. The moment the lid lifted, a white mist poured out and surrounded him. He had turned white. His hair turned white, his back bent, and in an instant he became an old man. Inside the box had been his true age, all the years he had been spared while in his dragon palace. So this story is basically a reminder that time flows differently for gods and men. What seems like a moment in paradise may be centuries in our world. And it's a really good reminder. And yeah, that's it for today, and thank you so much for listening. See you soon.